Okay, so we're going to talk briefly here about humility. Humility. Lots of things came out of the last 4 or 5 days that have caused me to really look at this idea of humility and to question what it is. Is it useful? Should we even be aiming to be humble? Is it actually a virtue? So, in my view, like, something that you could equate to humility is just knowing where you're at in any given domain and being all right with that, and and just building from there. So, like, for example, a guy who first goes to the gym, he's an arrogant fucking delusional wanker, thinks he can go and do loads of weights on the first day. He's probably going to damage himself. The guy who's going into cold approach the first time out, who thinks he's going to be a complete piece of piss and he's going to have women falling at his feet first time out, probably fucking delusional. Okay, so there's a level of knowing where you're at in the process whilst also being optimistic and positive. I think that's good. I think being arrogant and delusional in that sense is absolutely stupid and counterproductive. When you actually think about the broader sense of humility, though, I actually think it's a complete bullshit virtue. It's a virtue that does not benefit the strong, it does not benefit the ascendant, it doesn't benefit the wealthy, it doesn't benefit the artistic, it doesn't benefit the beautiful. It only really benefits, the people who just kind of shit. Like, people who just haven't really done anything. The people who are just resentful and bitter, So, like, a good example is like Messi and Ronaldo. Messi's seen as Mr. Humble, Ronaldo is seen as Mr. Arrogant. In reality, they both knew in their prime they were completely superior, basically, to essentially almost anyone else. Well, anyone else in the world. They're the best of the best of the best of the best of all time. Obviously, he's fake. His humility was completely fake, And who does that actually benefit? Benefits everyone else. They think he's a nice person. They don't feel so shit about themselves that he basically makes them look, borderline disabled when they go and play against him. Ronaldo, on the other hand, is just says it like it is. Yeah, I think I'm an amazing player. I'm rich. I'm good looking. Everyone's probably jealous of me. Says it like it is. A lot of people got triggered by that, by Mr. Ronaldo. So yeah, there's and other things as well. So, like, for example, this weekend, Richard was kind of like, just kind of, we were just having banter basically, and it was like bringing a bit of his arrogance out over his professional success is actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing because it's well earned, and it's done with a bit of humour as well. Like, so, but having a bit of that justified arrogance and not actually being humble about things, I think is necessary, because humility is basically fake. It's like, dude, you're not actually on the same level as a lot of these guys. Like, your mind is operating on a completely lunatic level. Like, that's something to be proud of. That's something to be arrogant about. Sort of with my nephew as well. On Tuesday, I went to pick him up. He had a sports day, and apparently his mum said on the sports day he'd shout over to her, "Mummy, watch, I'm going to win." I'd run the race and win the race, and he'd say again, "Mummy, watch, I'm going to win." Run the race, win the race. Shout over again. Runs the race, falls over flat on his face. Comes last in the race. Then obviously carries on, does more races and stuff. He won like basically most of the races. And afterwards, his mum was basically just trying to almost console him for the fact he fell over in that race. And he was just like, I just fell over because I run so fast. So, like, completely bulletproof mind. Like you said, that's because he's good at sport and stuff, and that's true. He's got my and my brother's athletic genes, but that actually, he's actually like that in everything. Like when I taught him to shoot, he just, first of all, he wouldn't listen to me, and then he went off and figured it out himself, and then he came back and showed me his skills, and then said, "I'm better than you now." So this kind of natural, innocent competitiveness in children, innocent self-confidence. And you see the way they interact as well. Like I saw the way they were interacting, the kids with each other. It's just so natural. There's no one fucking self-conscious and all this stuff. That's actually what we're trying to get back to. It's just a sense of the inner child, man. That's actually what people are trying to get back to. It's fucking mad. 5-year-olds have got more game than most 25-year-olds. Ridiculous, dude. Yeah, and that's something I feel when I'm out in the streets, to be honest now. Like, I do feel like a completely justified sense of arrogance and a justified sense of self-confidence, because there's an endless list of reasons why I should feel like that, and I'm not going to dim my flame on this one. I'm not going to dim my flame to make other people feel good. It's really not my problem if they've not achieved anything. If they're in the same position they were in 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, that's not my problem. It's interesting, like a couple of the videos I did. Again, the reason I do these videos is to be out in the street, to be drawing eyeballs to me. That's why I do it, okay? That is an amazing exercise for social freedom, for my profession and for my approach. It's already like, I've talked about the profession and the approach, but doing these videos, it's amazing. There's like a lot of people stare everywhere, you know, for different reasons. But I noticed with those Manchester videos, actually, like I got my first haters this weekend actually. I just put them up, I looked in and I was like, that's quite interesting. Just no coherent comments. Just like people just like, "Oh, you're a dickhead, mate. You're a I can't even remember what they were saying." And just like no coherent comments at all. And I was like, it's just quite interesting. It's so triggering for them to see somebody walking through the streets, you know, being self-confident basically. That's so triggering for them. It's like they can't even make a coherent comment. Like, what are you going to say? I don't look good. I look good. I don't talk well. I do. What are you going to say? You can't say anything, so you just make some bullshit, you know, whatever. But I actually did fire back just because the first time it's happened, and I was like, just kind of buzzing. I'm still buzzing about it, to be honest. I got people to actually respond with hate to a video because people, like, you know, you've got to bear in mind, like the UK, you've got like 10% of people who are literally on the dole like for like more than 10 years. You know, this is like an absolute like scrub urchin level of life. And then you've got a massive portion of people in the middle who are totally kind of slaves, kind of resentful as well about everything. A lot of bitter, resentful people in the UK, like really. And it's just offensive to them, I think, just to see like an extremely confident man walking through the streets. Whereas before I was confident, but I wasn't loud and proud with it. Whereas now I actually am. It's like, yeah, what are you going to say to me? On the video, I didn't even list my achievements or anything on the video. I just like talked about the weekend. But like, if I want to go down that route, why am I confident? Well, let's go through the list, shall we? A is just natural. B, I have every right to, you know, like, I have every right to be. C, just because of achievements, like, where the fuck do I even begin, you know? I speak 4 languages, which I learned from scratch. I'm fluent in 4 languages. I've like achieved like such a level in my like dance proficiency that, like, you know, I quite often get asked if I'm a teacher. Now both of those things, the language has taken me 25 years to get to this level at. Dance is like 15, you know. Business, I've got a remote business, I'm traveling around the world doing it. Again, that's top 1% stuff. Physique, I'm in great shape. Social skills, confidence. I've been a club promoter for 4 years. Like, I've now been doing cold approach for a year. I'm going around the streets making videos. Do you know what I mean? It's being myself. Like, it's allowing this flaming, like, burning essence out there into the world. It's like offensive to some of these people. if you're on the dole or whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't know. My mentality is to be elite amongst the elite. That's my mentality. And so when I meet people like in the entourage who are fucking caning it, who are killing it, all I feel is like amazing. I'm just like, yes, these fuckers are so fucking ascendant, man. I can vibe off them. Like, yeah, I just put my prices up 10%. I'm like, yeah, there's guys in the entourage who are just making so much cash. I'm like, well, the least I could do is put my prices up 10%. You know, yeah. And I actually celebrate other people being confident, bold, and arrogant. I actually celebrate it. Yeah? Humility only benefits the fucking scrotes, the fucking fat, chip butter eating losers. Yeah? Sorry, I'm not going to be humble for you. You're not my equal. You're not even like, honestly, people like that, they're not even on the fucking radar, dude. Like, they're not even on the radar. They're not even on the radar of competition. Give me like a Dominican fucking rich guy or some fucking gangster taxi driver or something in the DR, or some Italian Lothario, or a fucking French guy with a ponytail dancing salsa. All right, yeah, now we've got a fucking bit of competition. Now we've got a boy in the room. Like, you just fucking scrotes out here, man. Give me a break, man. They're literally about as much competition as a fucking worm to me. That's not arrogant. That's just a simple fucking fact. It's not arrogant if it's true. It's actually just the truth. Yeah, well, and this is a big thing with Yorkshire and like Lancashire and stuff like that. There's a lot of fucking resentful shits here as well. So there is a lot of that here as well. So an ex-girlfriend of mine, she lives actually on this road somewhere with her husband. Really nice family. And her mum remarried when her dad died to a guy who's just a fat, scrotal piece of shit. And she would say that herself. And he would moan that, oh, your daughter thinks she's better than everyone, she's better than me. And it's like, she was like, yeah, because I am. Like, it's fucking obvious. Like, this girl's like, you know, she's done very well for herself, she's got a great family. He's just like a fat wanker on the dole. Like, yeah, she's better than you, bruv. We're not all equal. Sorry. But on the flip side to this, I'll just finish on this. For me, anyway, when I say we are not all equal, we're not. Me at 38 is not the equal of me at 20. No. It's not the equal of me at 30. No. It's different, right? So we're not all equal. But here's the thing. What people who are on the ascendancy respect is action and effort and application in order to ascend. That is actually what gets respect. So if someone like me who's in like, you can't see the shape I'm in here, but I'm in good shape, right? I would never be negative towards a person who was starting their journey of fitness and trying to ascend. Actually, quite the opposite. You know, I would support them. You know, and that's actually what you find as well. People who've actually done well, who've actually ascended and are ascending still, they're the most supportive people. It's a little fucking faggot excuse making shits, just useless fucking eaters. They're the people who are the bitter, resentful ones trying to drag people down when they're trying to better themselves. So yeah, I'll leave the rant there today. I was a bit incoherent, I don't know what I'm going to title this, but like something along the lines of humility is bullshit, I think. Humility is bullshit. It only benefits like fucking people who aren't actually getting after it.